Realism versus liberalism in international relations, a comparative analysis. Introduction. International relations as an academic field is shaped by various theoretical perspectives that attempt to explain how states behave and interact in global system. Among these, realism and liberalism remain the most influential and widely debated theories. Realism emphasizes power, national interest, and security in an anarchic international system, while liberalism focuses on cooperation, institution, interdependence among states. The growing complexity of global politics, such as Russia Ukraine war, US China competition, climate diplomacy, multilateral cooperation, demonstrate the continued relevance of these theories in explaining state behavior. A comparative analysis of realism and liberalism helps in understanding how nations pursue their interests, manage conflicts, and promote cooperation in modern international relations. Realism, power, security, and in national interest. For this, we have to see different charts at first. Let's see. So, realism founders Hans Morgan and Kenneth Walls, liberalism Adam Smith, Immanuel Kant, idealism Alexander Van John Rogic, thinker, and there's there is then main actors. Here it is: realism states, liberalism states, MNCs, international organization, constructivism states, transnational knowledge communities, moral entrepreneurs. Primary goals of the state: pursuit of national interest, power maximization, offensive realism, survival, security, defensive realism. And for liberalism, cooperation and coordination to achieve collective goals, world peace, preferred international order, a balanced power system underpinned by self-help and alliance, and to maintain international order. Liberalism, a collective security, a system underpinned by free trade, liberal democracy, and institutions. Now, theories of international relations. Liberalism emphasizes cooperation and institutions like UN. Realism focuses on power dynamics and national interest. Perspective on human nature. Optimistic liberalism versus pragmatic realism. Realism, global politics, power, self-interest, uh, egoism plus anarchy, power politics. Core principle of realism: statism, anarchy, absence of central regulating authority, survival of fittest, power maximization, military power, self-help, self-protection. Now, realism is based on assumption that the international system is anarchic, meaning there is no central authority to regulate state behavior. Therefore, states must rely on their own power, military strength to ensure survival, pro- protect national interests. Realistic scholars such as Hans Morgenthau and Kenneth Walls again argue that power and security are the primary driver of international relations, and cooperation is often temporary and fragile. Realism explains why states compete for dominance and why conflict and war frequently occur in global politics. In contemporary global affairs, realism is evident in geopolitical tensions such as Russia Ukraine war, US China strategic rivalry. Russia military action in Ukraine reflects a realistic pursuit of territorial and security interests, while NATO's expansion and military support demonstrate balance of power politics. Similarly, United States and China are competing for economic, technological, and military dominance in Indo-Pacific region. Realism thus provides a strong explanation of power competition and security driven decision making in international relations. Liberalism, cooperation, institution, and interdependence. Here are these: realism, liberalism, constructivism, and realism mainly power and conflict. Its actors are states. military power, diplomacy are its tool, largely objective, zero sum, anarchic, state pursuit of the self interest, balance of power, pursue self interest, whereas liberalism, cooperation, interdependence, states, institutions, INGOs, international institution, law, commerce, largely objective, non zero sum, etc. Now, here it is. This is United Nations core principle of liberalism in IR, pluralism, multiple actors in IR, cooperation is achievable, international norms matter, democratic peace theory, economic interdependence, lower war chances. Strands of liberalism in IR, liberalism, interdependence theory, multiple kind of actor included important in the IR, world full of interdependent linkage which can lead to the cooperation, technological innovation leads to the more opportunity for cooperation, world becoming better and more cooperative over time. In contrast to realism, liberalism emphasizes cooperation, international institutions, and economic interdependence as key element of the global politics. Liberal thinkers such as Immanuel Kant, Robert Cohen argue that the states can work together through diplomacy, trade, international organization to maintain peace and stability. Liberalism suggests that democratic values, economic integration, and the international law reduce the chance of the war and encourage mutual cooperation. Modern institutions like United Nations, World Trade Organization, European Union reflect liberal principles by promoting dialogue, economic cooperation, conflict resolution, climate change agreements such as Paris Agreement also demonstrate liberalism in practice where countries cooperate to address global challenges. Liberalism highlights the interdependence in trade, technology, and diplomacy makes war costly and encourages peaceful relations among the states. Comparative analysis. Comparative analysis. Realism states are the only actor at international level. Liberalism states are not only the actor, other actors, example, individual, IOs, international organization, MNCs also plays important role. States in realism states are rational actor, aim for their own self-interest. Whereas liberalism actors states are not rational actors, they aim for absolute gain. Realism, realistic beliefs in maximizing military power in order to achieve peace and security. Liberalism, liberalist belief that security can be achieved by cooperation, mutual gaining, applying moral ethical principle. Realism, realistic belief in concept of armament, that is states should have arms weapons for self-security. Liberalism belief in concept of disarmament for the security self-security, that is cooperation. Realism according to the realistic international system is anarchic in nature. Liberalism according to the liberalistic international system is community based. Here is theories perspectives about the world. Realism emphasizes military power, geography, national resources, natural resources, etc. And liberalism emphasizes freedom, human rights, development, cooperation, etc. And here is again comparison. Comparative analysis shows that realism and liberalism offer a difference between contemporary complementary explanation of the international relation. Realism focuses on power, conflict, and national security, while liberalism emphasizes cooperation, institution, and economic interdependence. Realism assumes that states are self-interested and competitive, where liberalism believes that cooperation, shared interest can lead to the peaceful outcome. In practical terms, both theories operate simultaneously in global politics. For example, while United States and China compete strategically, realism, they also cooperate in trade and climate negotiation, liberalism. Similarly, international organizations promote cooperation, but powerful states still influence decisions based on national interest. This shows that neither theory alone can fully explain international relations. Rather, combination of both perspectives provides more realistic understanding of global politics. In conclusion, realism and liberalism are two fundamental theories that shape the study and practice of international relations. Realism explains the importance of power, security, national interest in an anarchic world, while liberalism highlights cooperation, institution, interdependence as pathways to peace and stability. Modern global affairs demonstrate that global theories may remain irrelevant as states simultaneously compete for power, cooperate for mutual benefit. A balanced understanding of realism and liberalism helps policymakers and scholars analyze global challenges more effectively and develop strategies that promote both national interest and international cooperation. Ultimately, the comparative